in my top 3 of laners. So against Lei Qiang and Wei, I'd probably put them 3 and 4. So this is definitely one of it's going to be such a good matchup. It just feels so equal all over, apart from in jungle. But I can't tell. The thing is, my mind's saying, would Taka win or would Ozo win? So it feels like it should be uneven, but I don't know which side is better. This is what's confusing me. This is why this is going to be so good. You know?
I mean, Depression has been playing extremely well throughout the games, to be fair. We've not seen...
well.
No, we haven't seen, I was going to say, you know, we've not seen amazing plays, but we've not seen overly terrible plays either. And I think just solid plays for the most part. But now with everything on the line and with a advantage in playing Taka over Ozo. Taka being obviously a pick that 90% of junglers are fairly comfortable playing. You know, to a decent standard. You now see Kilo coming into lane to do a little bit of damage to Sync C1. Bubble does go up, but it isn't going to do much to stop that damage coming through. Lekian, though, already on half health, but with Kilo nearby, he'll soon be healed up nicely, as you see that sustain coming through.
Yeah, so it's just, I think it's just going to be kind of a slowish early game, but as I say that, you see Depression straight into Ozo's backs, like, not even caring. Will he steal them, though? That is the question. He did get hit with a little portion of the acrobats. Who's going to get it? And it's going to be Tomia. Tomia does get his backs, but here's Kilo to try and heal up Depression. But, you know, Tomia is Ozo at the end of the day. He will be able to keep himself alive, and he has found Depression with it. And there we go. Look at that damage onto the Danger. First blood. So going towards the Ozo. Depression will pick up the kill with the Ozo, though. And now it's going to be Taka who will fall to the Vox. So 1 kill traded apiece in that fight. And boom. Essentially, just boom. That was absolutely really well. No, it was 2-1. It was 2-1. I apologise because the dash. So there you go. And now they're going back into lane, and it's just feeling like that was a little bit. I think that was too much for no kind of payoff. I think that was a little bit too much aggression. Right, the attacker went a little bit too far ahead and didn't even get any farm to show for it. So that's got to be salt in the wounds right there.
Yeah, you kind of, if you're taking that risk, there needs to be. Even if things had gone completely well, really much reward to be gained from that. He was in a position where he was likely to die regardless, going in that deep, especially in these early stages of the game where he hasn't got that many points into his B, and you know, it's not going to be on the lowest of cooldowns. You know, obviously building weapon power as well, it's not going to be the greatest of stealths in the world, but it's going to be effective. As we see Kilo call out here by PH Alliance, 3 versus 2 in the jungle. Wrong place, wrong time, but he is going to manage to just float away on those wings. Tomia now in the wrong place as well as Depression, trying to find everything. However, Lekian has put in an appearance, and Wayham is taking. Kilo is going to go down though. Lots of damage coming out from that Ozo. We're seeing him being utilised effectively as Taka does manage to pick up the Vox in the backline. Doesn't really want to be coming back into that jungle. We do see lots of bouncing around coming out of that Ozo, and that's beautiful play there from him to pick up the Taka in return. I don't know why Taka went back into that bush and tried another attempt at him, given he knows he was 1 versus 2, and
he kitened over the last acrobats. That's why I went, whoa. He dodged them to do damage, but it wasn't enough.
No, I did not save his life. But he managed to get a successful kill point in the game. Whatever decision was made, unfortunately cost him his life. He did allow for another kill pick up onto the side of PH Alliance.
Yeah, it was a really good engagement. Obviously, when you first hatch out a team in the early game, it just the fight keeps going away, especially with the Ozo in the early. Like I do hate on CP Ozo quite a lot. And I kind of do it semi in jest because I am like the biggest Ozo fan there ever will be. And it's more that I find weapon power better. But you're seeing right here that CP Ozo has one of the best early games in the world. He just kind of just out damages everything. So if they can keep this momentum going and just do that damage, and I hope he builds Shadow Glass. I really hope he builds a Shadow Glass just for the massive damage, and then it should be okay. But look at this, he's going back in yet again. It's going to go onto Lei Qiang with a lot of damage. He only has the Click Prism hands and just a little light crystal bit, and he did over half health with a 3rd bounce to the acrobats and just 1 string of his 3-ring circuit. That was absolutely cool. And then he's going to get stunned again and bounce on Lei Qiang. You're dead, I'm afraid. And look at that Ozo damage. I'm starting to see now why he's so banned, because SCA are playing.
I was literally thinking that. I was literally just thinking. Yeah, no, you can see that when he's used effectively, incredibly strong, especially in this early game stage. off the shield. Three-ring circus is going to allow him to pick up another kill there onto the kill. We do see Depression trying to do his best, and Mortal Wound put down onto 61. Depression is, though, however, going to be banging around right back into the fight and is going to go down. And that's going to be Vox picking up that kill on Tucker. 8-2 in kills in favor of PH Alliance now. They are putting down their dominant foot on this early stage of this game.
Yeah, like, this is why, you know, Oza was like this strong for the last 2 patches, and it's like only very recently that people have been playing the guy. So if you're scared of Ozo SEA, just play Cruel. Seriously, Cruel, Ozo can't do nothing in a Cruel. He's like a useless character if Cruel is played. Cruel, and I'd probably say a weapon power alpha, just for the consistent like lifesteal, not the overall damage, to like out sustain that Ozo. So if you're worried about Ozo, just play Cruel. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. I promise you. Come on, I want to see some Cruel SEA. I'm going to harp on about this for years, Mal. I want to see some Cruel.
Which hero would you like to see more of?
I'm going to have to say Saw. I think Saw would be, 100%. Maybe some Flicker, I think. Yeah. I don't want to see...
You need Flicker alone.
What? I want to see more Flicker. Probably. Good. Not really, at all. Even slightly.
I like Flicker. I think I've got something like an 8% win rate.
I
play at a much lower tier than you.
Yes, you do. Yes, definitely. You suck.
Oh, dude. Don't be that cool on stream. Okay, it's accurate.
Oh, wow.
Cool. That was so much damage. Good synchronization there of the ultimates coming out from the PH Alliance. And that's... Tom here is a machine on the thing. Good block there. He's going to stop the further engage. There's the acrobats coming back and forth. Three-ring circus is going to be coming in. It isn't going to be quite enough. Fountain is forced out of the PH Alliance team by Sinksy1. And Wham, meanwhile, is still looking pretty healthy overall. Tomia is going to back off. Sinksy1 not in a position to really do much about it. He is going to be able to land a quick stun if needed. We do see the Tucker is going to re-engage onto Tomia. There's a good flare out, and that is going to be a lot of damage. Hellfire Breed does that, blocked effectively by Tomia. Does manage to use, oh my god, so much damage coming down, but the burst of jump was perfectly timed to for that engagement from Tomia. But now that Ozo has an aftershock, and that Vox has a Tyrant's Monocle. So beware. Beware.
Booing the aftershock pickup. Boo.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just a little bit too upset.
That was brilliant. That was genius.
Just coming in, stopping, going back in, stopping, going back in instead. As the rhythm of the flow. That was the rhythm of the night right there.
I was 61. Literally just walked in, was like, boop, mine. Mercy's Pursuit just takes away that gold mine in favour for PH Alliance. That was a lovely pickup there. As Contraption now over onto the Catherine, and we do see that basically they already have a dominant sort of vision over the jungle area. We saw this happening last game, and we've seen it happen basically throughout the tournament. You know, other teams take note. If you control the jungle and you manage to get the win in these team fights, you're going to win the game. It is consistently the case that the team with the most vision does win the game. Or the most effective vision. Huge banger.
That's the highest chance of winning the game.
Yeah, there you go. You're more likely to win the game. There is the three-ring circus onto the Tomia, though, taking from everything and everyone, is going to go down to the turret. That's been picked up by Adagio on that one. It trades out 1-for-1 in the end, as both the remaining members of PH Alliance back off. But yeah, they are currently sitting on approximately 3k gold lead with 10 kills to 4. Most of those kills, I've got to say, are currently sitting on that Ozo. So, you know, you can see why he's been such a focused ban throughout things. And to be fair, this is one of the few times we've seen him working in favour of a team when he doesn't have a healer. It's very rare, like you say, to see him being used this effectively and getting this far into the game so very well without having a healer present. So, you know, kudos to PH Alliance for making this work so very well. But yeah, you can see why he's been a focused ban most of this tournament.
Yeah, he is playing very well. He built a very tanky Ozo, which I haven't actually tried before. I've always gone the burst damage, snowballed as fast as possible, because that's just my playstyle. But we see Tomia just going for that tank. He's got the Aegis burst. He's a little bit more worried of the tanker, just that mortal wound damage already. And isn't it? Right. Oh, am I good?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I'm back. There we go. Okay, it just had a little blip. It was just a little blip because this guy over here is playing some online games. Thanks, dude. But anyway, we are back and we are good. So, as I was saying about Ozo, he's building quite tanky, so he can not only get in, use the lifesteal that he has now, quite kind of late on in the game, for him to get it, like 10 minutes in, and it's going well for Ozo essentially. If he gets an Atlas Pauldron, that Ringo is dead in the water essentially.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we saw last game when we saw Ringo played into the Gwen, just how little damage Ringo was doing once that Pauldron had been built, and just that effective defense coming out. And if they don't really, things like a Bonesaw and items like that are not really picked up. So once you've got effective armor, it's very difficult for a Ringo to kind of really burn someone down fast if they have built around it.
Yeah, and now they're just trying to farm out now. It's a very good point. I do want to see more Bonesaw, but the war treads were used, and there's the Vainglory. I think just to get on top of it, it's going to land on the finger. He's been healed already by the Adagio. He's gone on black line. Actually, I think he landed onto Catherine there, but Taka is just giving Wayham some troubles, and Tommy is going to fall because he dived a little bit too deep there, and Depression is just taking no damage from this Vox right now. Will Vox win? No, he won't. Taka will get it, and this is going to be Sync 1 trying to get away, but that's Nick Yang. He's got his stutter step on point. Gonna stun him out because and Sync 1 will fall too. Look like the Crystal Sentry got him actually. So there you go. There's a nice ace for Silver. Like I said, I wanted this game to be close, and is this a closer game than any?
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a close. Obviously, despite that dominant performance, PH Alliance, the gold is very, very close still. Only about 2k in it, and with this gold mine pickup, it's going to get even closer still. Meanwhile, in lane, we can see the attempts on the thing. There's the jump in from. Whoa, okay, bit of a star going on my client there. It should be okay. We can see Lakian going very low there. There, he is going to go down. Everything is moving rather slowly for me. We do see a Ozo jumping around there. Fountain has by Kilo, trying to keep himself alive. It isn't going to be effective enough as we do see Fox taking it down, that Adagio. PH Alliance returning back to form straight after that, not letting that previous ace affect them too much as they fight back to pick up another 2 kills. They are now going to push in onto this turret, do what they can to try and push that gold lead even further now after Silver tried to defiantly pull it back. I think PH Alliance basically going, all right, we'll give you guys a bit of hope, and now we're going to take it away again.
We're just going to feed the bounties. That's all we're going to do. And then we're going to wreck your face. If only that were the case and it wasn't just a mistake. We can live in fantasy, can't we now?
We can indeed.
We can. Thank you for the great tidbit there. Thanks for that. Thanks for helping me out. Just don't go quiet when I make bad jokes. You just go quiet and just let the awkward silence linger in the air.
I'll be honest. I kind of wish I had like. I'm gonna get like a soundboard so that it can play cricket sound. That like for or have like the sound ready so that when you play it, I'm gonna be quiet and just play the cricket sound down my microphone, or like the sound of like the wind blowing, just to let you linger there.
Just hear a hay vent.
Yeah.
Has been used, and that is Kilo called out. Just coming out soon. He does get picked up with the Ozo third dash bounce, and that's going to be pressed in a bad way as Vox has picked the kill on the Ringo. Oh, a fantastic versus just as he uses Taku, and that is Ozo picking up the second kill, the third kill, sorry, on Taku, and that is another turret that will go down. And Kraken, by the time they get the Kraken pick, Kraken will be a spawning, but they managed to get 2 turrets out of this push. They're definitely going for it. I'm pretty sure minions may actually spawn before they get there. They won't, so that's going to be 2 turrets. Will they go for the third? Will they go for the trifecta? But, this producer lady? Oh, yeah. Okay. After this match, we've just been told by our lovely Mrs. Producer Lady, she has a wonderful voice, Mrs. Producer Lady, that the last match, our last set, will be only viewed on Mob Crush. We can only apologise. Technical difficulties are a thing. And who will be talking to us? Huh? Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Lovely, but let's go around. Ending the stream on Facebook, sorry. So the next match after this match we'll be ending the stream on Facebook, so we'll just be keeping the matches on Mob Crush. But yeah, Mal, this game is looking more and more like PH Alliance, isn't it?
It is, yeah. PH Alliance, they had a little bit of a blip there in the middle where Sivir, but they've just been caught out really hard there. Kilo is going to be going down. effectively. So that's 3 ultimates down for 1 kill. However, at this point, this late in the game, 1 kill is enough to start turning their attention to that Kraken. And will be enough to kind of put them at a team-based numbers advantage. We do see that trap being put down into that bush as well. Scout traps, really good vision. I mean, look at that map being lit up right now. That is a great vision coming out from PH Alliance, and they feel extremely confident in taking this Kraken right now because they are fully aware that there is no one nearby, and that if they do engage, they're at a 3-2 disadvantage. So that they can potentially end the game if they get that ace. So we do see now that the whole of Team Silver are up now with a Kraken and 3 members of PH Alliance coming down. Skill traps being laid down by Kilo in the base to try and do what little they can. This is the final stand.
This is the final stand of this epic climactic game. I mean, can Silver pull this one back? I mean, we've seen weirder things happen. We have seen stranger comebacks, and I really hope, just for the sake of the match that they do, Sink one playing an amazing captain, and here comes the Merry Man, follow up all the way for it. 90 done, an anti-attack is on silenced by that. It's over the box right now as we see Ozo almost picking up the kill on Kilo, but Paul way up, it's right at the back, he's trying to fight the pressure on his own. He's doing actually extremely well, but here comes the Expensive, will he pick up the kill? No, he won't, as Ozo gets the double kill, and he does actually pick up the kill on the box with the mortal wound. Oh, poor Taka though. Taka's going to be doing anything, he does get stunned out, that will be Taka falling to 488 crystal damage on the 3rd X-Bounce, and that is going to be PH Alliance bringing this game back from, just awesome plays for this Ozo. That is definitely Maleficarum. GG.
GG indeed. Wow, what a comeback, man. That was exactly the game that you called.
What a
Well, comeback, they were 1 game down, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. What did I say?
Yeah.